It's Friday. Hi, hi, hi. I finally made it live this week. It's been quite a week, and I am, for those of you that don't know, I'm Tanya Milano, burnout coach, and I'm here to talk about a little bit about what burnout is. Um, it's been a week for me to really sit with some burnout symptoms and what comes up in my life over and over again. So, I'm a certified Pure Joy coach, and I support moms with self regulation and setting boundaries so that they can show up the way they want to show up in the world and be the change they wish to see in their kids. Today, I want to talk about fix your gut without overwhelm. Pretty much any choice that we want to make for ourselves, if we are feeling burned out and overwhelmed, can be really, really hard to start. And, you know, this week is really hard for me to get on live. Well, all summer it has been, frankly, because my kids are home and I changed my schedule for lives. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. And I was just watching my friend Melanie. Shout out to Melanie Diane, who's a marketing specialist, strategist. She was having the same talk, jumping back on the bandwagon after taking some time off. So, if this is you and your gut health, let's listen up for a little bit of how to get back into a reset in your gut. So this week, my kids have been sick. I've been taking care of them all week. It's been like, let's just do whatever. We're going out here and there very randomly because they've had to rest. So I've not been eating well, and pretty much all summer. I also have a trip coming up to Disney World. I know that when I get on that trip in a few weeks, that I'm gonna want to eat what's there. I'm gonna want to drink what's there. I'm gonna want to not have to um, worry too much about what's going on in my body. However, the reason I focus on my gut health is because I do have symptoms that pop up if I don't take it seriously. So, some of the things I wrote down that reoccur in my life: bloating, constipation, skin issues. I get a lot of skin issues if I don't take care of my gut. I get stressed, believe it or not, from the things that I eat. Um, Sugar and caffeine, they activate more stress. And then that stress leads to more stress because I have pain in my body. I have discomfort in my body, and that causes an anxiety and a stress. So it's a vicious cycle. And actually, it's funny because I just brought this book. I didn't even mean to say this, but this book helped us to break the vicious cycle of what I'm talking about, because your food affects your gut health. Your gut health affects your mental health affects your body. It is all interconnected. This book is what helped us when Tanner got his diagnosis of Crohn's disease. And it does have recipes in here, but it also talks about different types of food and why they may be aggravating you. If you do have sensitivities. And I put in the description of this video a link to the book in Amazon so you can grab a copy. And then I also put a blog in the description of this video that talks about some of the things that we do as a family, because it is overwhelming if you have different dietary needs. We are lucky we don't have any severe allergies or anything like that. Let me know if in your family you have to have different foods for different people in your family. It is stressful and it causes overwhelm. So I did write a blog on just a few things that help us to stay on track and to not be overwhelmed with food prep and supplements and all that kind of stuff. Because caretaking a loved one that has a health issue or dietary concerns really, really wreaks havoc on your nervous system, on your stress level when you are taking care. And this week triggered a lot of that for me. just taking care of my kids who are sick, it brought up a lot of the caretaking and the giving up of myself and not taking care of my own needs. I had to go get an MRI this week for just a routine. Like, I put off my 40-year-old mammogram. So I did that. I have breast cancer in the history in the family. So I did my mammogram, and they recommended an MRI to get a baseline because of family history and because they couldn't see everything in the mammogram. So when I went to my MRI, it brought up a lot that I didn't realize was going to come up for me this week. Just being back at a hospital, um, thinking of what this meant. Like, it's a breast cancer screening, like, it's a prevention method. And then all of what came up for me coming to the hospital and thinking about that, this is the time where I was seeing my mom for the last time, my mother-in-law too. This is the week that they both started to decline rapidly. And it was a lot of hospital visits for me. So, it's been an overwhelming week. And what I've been feeling in my gut is severe stomach aches, not a lot of appetite, um, slow digestion, like I said, constipation and bloating. And so when I can get back to the things that are helpful to get things moving, um, it just makes life less overwhelming, less stressful. I do have a course that I go through, the things that I work into my schedule when I'm feeling this and I need a reset. Um, Things like drinking lemon water, intermittent fasting, like finding a schedule where you're not eating too much, not eating too little, that your digestion is thriving, and you're getting the nutrients that you need. So, um, high protein, high fats, high nutrients. It's all in my course. The course is in the description of this video too. It's only $27 right now, because I'm reworking my program. That course you can do for $27. Now, I know when you buy a course and you're like, yes, I got to do this, I'm all gung ho. And then it just sits there, and you're like, or you look at it once and then you're like, oh shoot, I didn't even get to that course, right? Or you go through it and you're like, this is going to be something I do all the time. Like, I made this course a few years ago and I had people go through it and they were like, yeah, and this feels really good. And then what? Like, do you do it again? This is lifetime access. Once you buy the course, you get it all the time. But what if you had group coaching to go with it? That's where Om in the Home Revolution comes in. I go through this course once a year or twice a year. Right now, I'm going through it once a year. We'll see what happens. If you jump in Om in the Home Revolution, um, I'm I'm the registration's gonna be closing soon because I'm reworking the registration process. But right now, you can jump into Om in the Home Revolution and you get the group coaching that goes with it. Um, so if you want accountability, if you really want to make changes and transformations in your gut health, there's that option. I mean, of course, you can always book a one-on-one call with me to, like, solidify, like, I am doing this course. Let's set some goals, right? Um, but I don't have a lot of time in my schedule for one-on-ones, honestly. So that's why and when you're a burnout coach, you really have to assess your energy. And having a lot of one-on-ones is just not in it. So group coaching, coursework, right there. And they're all in the description of this video. I have provided multiple options for you guys. So you could read the book, right? You could do, and in my Facebook group, there's even free content on gut health. Go to the guide section. Let me put the description, put the thing up. Free if, like, your budget is nothing. I've got the blog, read it. I have blogs on, go to my blog, search gut health. and I have free content in the guide section of my Facebook group. So there are multiple ways to start to fix your gut. Um, you just have to make that first step, and it can be scary, and that can hold you back. Like, that's what I've been sitting with this week is scariness, fear, and belly aches. So let's get on with this. And if you are one of my Omies in Om in the Home, there is information in the private group. So make sure to let me know if you're jumping in for the challenge to do the daily gut reset stuff. And I look forward to seeing you in there. All right. Have a great day, everyone. And have a great weekend too.